Let's talk about some annoying problems you might deal with without a podcast guest contract. A podcast guest contract is there to put everyone on the same page in terms of how you operate when you bring guests on your podcast. So what's the worst that could happen without one? That's what I'm going to tell you in this video. Some of these are actual legal issues, and some of these are more like headaches you'll have to deal with if you have kind of a difficult guest. I'm Maria Spear-Allis, lawyer for content creators and online brands, and this is the Spear IP Show. Thing number one is they might demand a certain release date. A good podcast guest contract will say that you're not obligated to release an interview on any date. What if something timely happens that you want to address on your podcast? Hello, 2020, right? Next is that a guest could request the ability to approve the episode before you release it. That just adds an extra step, and maybe you don't want to have to deal with that. So that's something that a good podcast guest contract will address. This is a biggie. What if the interview goes terribly, but the guest demands that you release the episode because she's given her time to you already in recording it? You've heard me talk about what makes a contract binding, right? There's a little something called consideration, which is the promise that each party makes in order to enter into the contract. I promise to do this, you promise to do that, voila. I'm guessing you're not paying your guests, so the consideration that they're really receiving is the opportunity to be heard and to be on your platform. So if you don't make it clear that you're not obligated to publish that interview in your contract, they might insist that you do so because they've given that consideration to you already. Another thing that could happen is that your guest promotes her appearance on your podcast before you're ready to do so. That might not be a big deal, or it might be a big deal. You don't want to get scooped by your own guest. And then finally, and as you can imagine, this is a big one, maybe your guest claims co-ownership of the recording because they've helped you to create that recording. A good podcast guest contract will make it absolutely clear that you, the podcast owner, own that recording. So I hope that helps you understand better some annoying problems that can happen without a podcast guest contract. Make sure and use something, and I'll see you next time. Head to spear-ip.com/quiz to take my quiz on finding the legal blind spot that's secretly killing your business. Not only will it tell you more about that blind spot, but it'll help you figure out how to fix it. Again, that's spear-ip.com/quiz.